Black. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see it all. Look here, I'm gonna check on my phone, but we are live, guys.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes, I'm just gonna check it and see if the video looks good because what we're seeing does not look very good.
This is our first time doing this.
Yeah, we've never live streamed before, and you can probably tell by the way this is all going right now. So yeah, is it very dark? You can see it. It's dark. I mean, it's fine. We can work with it. You just need to change the camera, tilt it towards your side a bit more. Okay. There you go.
All right.
Oh, now it's even darker. Here, hold on. Move the cameras closer, yeah. And the camera's light.
Now we're talking. Now
there we go.
Again, our first, yeah, we hear it there. We're watching here again. Our first ever live streaming. It's the 1 year anniversary of our channel. So once we get all of this technical stuff set up, we're really looking forward to having a lot of fun today.
On the go production here.
Yeah, there you go.
Turn it up with your phone, Joy. We don't need to hear the repeating this. I like to hear. Okay. Well, how's that like?
But I just turn
that light on. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're right. It's probably unplugged.
It'll be worth the wait.
Wait, guys. Just wait. All right. You're getting a real behind the scenes look right now. There we go.
That'll work.
Let me take a look and see. Oh yeah, that's good. All right. Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
So it looks like we're in business now.
Yeah.
We're all sitting down.
Yep.
Now we are all sitting down.
Yeah, we're all here. We're all in the table. So, as I always say, hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan. That's Tyler. That's Jordan. And this is our 1 year anniversary of the channel live stream. We decided this would be a fun way to celebrate something we've never done before. So we really don't have much of a script for this. We have some ideas, of course, of stuff we're going to talk about, but we're really just going to kind of have fun with it, see how it goes. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to type them and let us know, and we'll try and answer them. So, how do we want to start? We're going to have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, this is a very on-the-go production here, as we've mentioned. We do want to mention this is the first time you're seeing all three of us back at the table in a long time. With the whole virus thing going on, we had Ryan on the TV behind us. We brought him back here for this celebratory day. So we're all really excited to be back at the table for the first time. You guys are all a huge part of it. We also have these Touchdown Table masks. I'm not sure if you can see it, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
In case we need them to stay safe. So the first thing we're going to do in honor of our first video, we made a video that we predicted the awards for last year. We did all right on them, and we're going to do that again a year later, heading into this year. So we're just going to talk about that, and let's see, maybe people will show up, and if you do, I'm watching the chat right now. Nobody's here. Actually, I need to get a charger. But
hey, it's early. It's early.
Yeah, we got time. Okay, so I think we started with Offensive Rookie of the Year last year. So let's just start with that. We have not prepared for this at all. This is very much off the top. I think Ryan knows his already.
Yeah, but I already looked it up. He's already.
Yeah, I saw it on your screen. But I know my Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'll think of the defensive one as they're talking about.
I know who.
I think everyone at this table knows who it is. Who else would it be? If you watch this channel, you know I love this guy so much. And maybe this isn't the smartest decision, just because that offense, and you'll hear what offense is in a second, but the offense is so good. I don't think he's going to be the major part, the guy who's going to carry the load, but I think he's going to have a great year. He's a great fit on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's right. It is the running back out of LSU, as Ryan hates for me to say, Louisiana State University. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I have to stick with him. I love the guy. I've hyped him up all time that he's been on this channel, and he's my pick for the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, I'm going to go next, and I'll say you got the position right, but I have another running back in mind, and this is someone who I think was just drafted into a great situation. I think he's going to have an opportunity to get a lot of carries early in the season, and I think his workload will increase, and he will become this team's number one running back very early. I think he's going to just take the league by storm, and I think that he is really going to have a successful year. This is a guy who I felt was the number one running back in the draft, and I think he was the third running back taken. So. Definitely a little bit of a steal for the team that picked him. And the team that picked him is the Indianapolis Colts in the second round. It is Jonathan Taylor, the running back out of Wisconsin. I loved what I saw on tape from him. He's a 3-down back. He can make plays, ran a lot of different types of plays, some to the inside, some to the outside. Occasionally, he caught some passes. Not a huge pass catching threat, but he can definitely help out in that game if need be. So I really just expect him to have a great year in Indy. And as a Texans fan, I was upset when the Colts made that pick because it was a great pick, and I'm sure he's going to give my team fits the 2 times that they play each other. So I really, really do think that Jonathan Taylor is going to have a big year, and he's going to be running behind a great offensive line, great coach with Frank Reich. Especially with Philip Rivers, a quarterback who's past his prime, I expect the Colts to run the ball a lot. So Jonathan Taylor for Offensive Rookie of the Year 2020.
Jumping in, just wanted to say hello to Luca Ligamari.
Oh, yeah.
He's joined the chat. He said hello to us. We say hello back. Welcome. If you have any questions for us, feel free to ask. We would be very happy to answer. We're going to talk about this first, but we'll get to that as soon as we finish.
Okay, so now it's my turn. You guys both went with running backs. I'm not going to go with running backs. I don't want to be boring with the pick that I'm going to make, but I'm going with the number one overall pick.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's the safest pick.
No, I think it is. And some people might say, well, the Bengals really aren't that good. You know, Joe Burrow might not be the best player right out of the gate, but you could say the same thing about the Cardinals last year, and Kyler won that. And I think we see another first overall pick win it. Everything that you saw in that senior year, I think Zach Taylor is going to be able to implement somewhat into that offense pretty quickly. We'll see a more successful year from Joe Burrow. We made a video talking more about that with the deep dive, but he is the guy that I think will be the number one overall. Was the number one overall pick, and will be the offensive rookie of the year.
Will the number one overall pick actually deserve offensive rookie of the year this time? Because that didn't happen last year.
No, we made a video talking about that too, and we had some people come after us for that.
The thing about it is that a lot of these awards are becoming more of quarterback awards, so it's a lot easier to give it to the quarterback because they're dealing with the ball every single snap, unless it's a wild cat play. So they're really getting the ball a lot. They are the main part of every team, so they're the easy person to point to in these situations. So a lot of the awards like MVP, Offensive Rookie of the Year, we saw last year, we don't think it should have gone to him, but because it was a quarterback, it probably just deferred to him for some reason. So I think that's why Joe Burrow would be the safest bet. As you can tell, I was talking for a while because I still don't know who. Right, if you have yours, you can go.
Well, I got mine, and it's just simple. It's Chase Young, and I think that's
early prediction. I think we're going to go all across the table with that one.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And, well, I'll start us off. We got one person saying Chase Young so far, and that's me. I don't know what you two will say. But I think that, look, I don't need to overanalyze it. This dude, the best defensive player in the draft. Washington hopefully didn't have a hard time deciding who to take at number 2. I think that not only is it because of Chase Young, it's because they have some other promising talent on that defensive line. So it's not like they could just focus. It's not like just teams that are playing Washington can just, focus all their attention on Chase Young. Because there's some other decent guys. Montez Sweat, one guy in particular that I think is a bit underrated that they took recently in previous drafts. So I think that Chase Young is part of a solid defensive line. And, Washington, they're not great. But one thing that I do like about them that I do think is promising is that defensive front. Chase Young for Defensive Rookie of the Year 2020.
Thank you for that, Ryan. I'm just going to agree with you, and I'm going to just say as simple as that. You explained it very well. Chase Young, a generational talent, something you never see before. He's such a great edge rusher. He's so dominant. That's why I think he's going to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year as well.
Yeah, and like I said, my prediction earlier is correct. We're all going with Chase Young. I mean, what we saw last year with Nick Bosa, almost identical to the situation.
I think he'll have that Bosa
that Chase Young is in right now, and I think he can replicate the season that Nick Bosa had. I feel really confident about this pick. I might be wrong, who knows? We could continue on, but really quickly, I do want to stop and answer a question really quickly. So, Jordan, you want to read that off?
Well, yeah, first I want to read another comment. Brian Klein said, congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Then later he said, you guys have been doing a great job and committed to making this channel great. We need to get the word out to others about this channel to get you more subscribers. Thank you, Brian, for all your support, and I'll talk about that later. But let's answer the question first, then we'll go to talking about our experiences with the channel, which this next question is about. So the question is from Luca Ligamari. He asked, "What's your favorite video out of every one you made?" And for me, it was a man-to-man mayhem video. It was called Check Down Challenge. So I don't know if you saw it. That one had a huge backstory behind it. I think we explained it in the video. So if you didn't watch that before, we had 3 cups hanging from the ceiling. It was hard to get them in the ceiling.
Oh, you're talking about the second.
Yeah, the second one. The second one.
Is that the one where the ceiling fell off?
Yes, that's exactly. I was going to get to that. So our ceilings,
not happy.
they're like little cubes that you can push up, and so we put string in the ceilings and put the cubes back down to try to hold them in. But it was hard to get the cups straight because you had to do 2 on each side of the cups. So like here and here, and you had to hang them up, and they're all crisscrossing. So it was very hard to get them up. So eventually we did get them up, but there was a casualty in one of the cubes in the ceiling. As we were trying to do, we were trying to lift it up, and then it just turned weirdly, fell to the ground, and cracked. Luckily, we did have a spare one to put up there. So that was an interesting time for me. These 2 know I was very frustrated trying to put that up. But the video was actually 2 separate videos. It was it was a longer video. It was one of the more fun games, I think, on this channel. I think it's the most fun thing we've done. There were 3 cups, like I said before, with three options, like ABC. It's not just ABC, but for questions that I had, and then I had to try to throw it in the cup. Whoever gets it in the right cup first will get the point. So I think that was my favorite video we did on the channel.
Yeah, and I'm going to answer that one too. I'm going to say every man-to-man mayhem video because I won all of them. What was it? What am I, 12-0 in man-to-man mayhem? I mean, come on. It's been literally a year, and Tyler doesn't have a win in man-to-man mayhem, but hey, it's okay. You know.
To be fair for him, we haven't done one in a while because we haven't been at the table together, but I meant you to get back at it to make some more because we're all here again.
Oh, also, to be fair to myself, 0-12 is a terrible record. So,
you do something.
You know, it's a new year now. We're headed into the second year of the channel. Maybe things will change in terms of the man-to-man mayhem nonsense that's been going on. With
Maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't. You're right. But to me, we've made a lot of videos that I've enjoyed. And Jordan, the one you said, is definitely one of them. Even though I lost, I had a lot of fun. I knew
it was close at some point.
I knew from the day going into it, I was like, I have a chance at this one. I need to win this challenge
because it wasn't just think fast. Ryan is able to think fast on his feet and get a lot of these answers right. But it was like even if you knew the answer, you still had to get it into the right cup. There was the skill of that. That's why I really like that game.
Yeah. See, the reason why Ryan is more or has done as good as he has is he's good at thinking quickly. I know answers. It just takes me a while to get to the answer. So that's my little excuse there. But if I had to pick a favorite video, I liked our Dolphins offseason outlook that we made. That was our most popular video on this channel. The video itself was very fun to make, and we got a lot of comments. It was really fun for me. I controlled the comments, and I let these guys know the comments that we're getting. It's really fun to respond to you guys whenever anyone's saying anything about the video, good or bad. It doesn't matter. We like any feedback. We got a lot from it. So.
Yeah, and just pulling up the stats on this this video that you talked about, 1,061 views and 29 comments. Granted, some of those are probably your replies, but still, that's just incredible. So I really like this video too. This was just great to see. Because we've never had a video quite like this one in terms of the response we got. And so thank you to all you guys.
And seeing 1,000 people viewing our video, that's very special for us. I'll get sentimental here in a second. We're just 3 kids sitting at a table talking about a game of football that we love so much. So we really thank all you guys, all 112 subscribers right now, everyone who's ever watched one of our videos. We thank our friends, family for supporting us through this. It has been such a great ride.
Especially our dad, I do want to say.
I was going to say that too right after. As Tyler said, especially our dad, who I believe is still watching this right now. So, Dad, if you're watching this, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, and Tyler's and Ryan's, thank you so much for what you've done for this channel. Looking at this set, you can't see the table completely, but the tablecloth he made for us, this back here, he made for us. He made shirts, which I don't think any of us are actually wearing them right now. He made the mask that Tyler showed before. And even besides, he's made these, the mugs. So we just thank him so much. He has been our single most supportive viewer all over. He's saying you're welcome right now. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
But honestly, you have really supported this channel so much, and you've helped us out, and you will continue to help us out in the future. We are so thankful that we have someone like you to help us build this channel through your experiences in life. So thank you so much. I've got another comment from Will Wood. Said BK is the GOAT.
Yep.
That is true. Will, he is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well said, Jordan.
Yes.
Okay, so we did answer all the questions that we had so far. Let's get back to it. We talked about the Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year predictions. Now we're getting into the MVP category. This one's going to be a little more tricky.
I don't know if
I'm still not sure what I'm going to say. We're like I said, we're thinking about this on the spot here. We wanted to have
I have an idea,
a genuine reaction for you guys. And Ryan has. I think he's the only one that has.
Well, I'm thinking because I feel
like
just
say it.
We're jumping to MVP.
Yeah, I'm not
MVP.
deciding.
We're not doing offensive player or defensive player.
Well, I was going to do that in a second.
Yeah, I feel like we should do those first and get to the MVP last. I don't know if I'm ready to name my MVP, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't know if I'm ready to fully do this yet.
I'd have to think about that, but I at least know my defensive player of the year.
You want to start with the defensive player?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got to go on for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that first.
So I talked about this in one of our other videos. It was the Broncos deep dive, and this is a very, very bold pick. Tyler said in a video we just made, it's not out yet, you'll see it soon, that I'm not one to make a bunch of big statements, but this was a big statement. I think that the defensive player of the year is going to be Bradley Chubb of the Denver Broncos. He was injured all of last year, but I think he is going to have a great season next year. He's lining up opposite Von Miller, one of the greatest edge rushers to play our game. He's very dominant with the Broncos, with Bradley Chubb lined up on the other side of him. I think he's going to be a menace. He's going to give quarterbacks so many nightmares. It is a bold pick, one that not a lot of people are making, but I believe in the guy. I'm not going to go anything generic. I could, but you saw my Clyde Edwards-Helaire pick before, and I stick with what I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling Bradley Chubb's going to have a standout year next year. So that's my pick for defensive player of the year.
Well, Jordan, you are a bold one, and I could definitely
you are a bold one.
I had to do that. I could definitely, see your case. Maybe he also wins comeback player of the year too.
That's honestly. True.
That would be something. I don't know if that's happened before. But mine might be a little bit of a surprise as well. But I'm going with Tre'Davious White for the defensive player of the year.
I was about to go there.
Yeah, I'm on that Buffalo hype train. I like Buffalo. I think that they're going to have a good year. There were times last year where they lost some games. You can tell, man, that team's close. They played well. They just might be a year away from true elite contention. I think this is definitely a year where you got to watch out for them. I know we're not getting into our division predictions, Super Bowl predictions, and all that until like probably a month or so from now, maybe a little less, who knows, depends on how everything goes. But as soon as we get into that, you'll see how high I truly am on Buffalo. I think that they got better in the offseason. I think they drafted well despite getting rid of their first-round pick. So I'm really on the Bills hype train, and I think it's a big year for them. And Tre'Davious White in particular, I think he wins Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a good pick, Ryan. And before you go, we have a comment on someone who they think is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. And I like this one, too. It is a bolder one. Will Wood said, this is a bold, but I bet Minkah Fitzpatrick wins Defensive Player of the Year. I like that one.
Could be. Maybe a dark horse there. Could be.
It's definitely dark horse, but he is such a great safety. And we've made a few Dolphins videos, and we talked about how they need that safety position filled because they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick. But last year with the Steelers, I believe he was tied for the amount of interceptions that was by someone in the secondary. So he had a great year last year and a steel curtain defense that has been declining in the past few years, but he could definitely beef it up a little bit. They've been getting better and better on that defense. So that's a very good pick. Yeah. I like that one. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I think he can have a great year as well next year.
All right. Well, I'm not going to go as bold as you guys, but this person has already won an award, and they're headed into their second year of the NFL. I'm going to go with Nick Bosa here.
Okay.
He won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going safe again, but you look at the 49ers defensive line, what they have really on that entire defense, guys around them like Eric Armstead, and then they signed Javon Kinlaw, or not signed him, they drafted Javon Kinlaw in the offseason. I think that is another reason why more attention is taken away from Nick Bosa, and he has more of a chance to shine because Javon Kinlaw deserved to go in the first round, clearly. So I really like the chances that Nick Bosa can go even more off than he did last year and that's shocking to say he had one of the better rookie years that I've seen in the recent past.
I'd love to see that happen.
I see no sign of the 49ers slowing down either,
Especially on the
defensively.
Yeah, that was cool.
So I think he leads that defense and gets himself Defensive Player of the Year.
Right. Now we're going to Offensive Player of the Year now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got to think about this.
Yeah, I do have to think about this one too. I guess I'll just throw it out there. So I'm going to go quarterback with this one just because it seems obvious. And I'm going to go the way too obvious pick here, maybe just because I didn't have time to think. But I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes for the Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think he'll necessarily win MVP because of the talent that he has around him. He wouldn't be the most valuable player. I think he is one of the better players, if not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. But I think he's going to have some great stats next year. Talked about Clyde Edwards-Helaire going there. He's going to have his help around him. He's got some other guys, Nico Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins all around him. It's just a group of studs in Kansas City that is so overwhelming to opposing defenses. So I think it's the obvious one. I talked about it before. I don't like to go obvious, but I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's great. He's got a great arm. He can throw from many different arm angles. I actually did a project for school on him and Lamar Jackson, comparing them. So I did learn a bit more about Mahomes in that realm. But anyways, he is my prediction for Offensive Player of the Year.
No, I want to do something bold, but I just can't quite, fully commit myself to doing that. So I just got to agree with you, Jordan. Patrick Mahomes, I know it's kind of boring, but I just think that, sometimes it's okay to just take the obvious pick because you saw what you did last year, and they'll probably, recreate the same offensive production, if not better, in Kansas City again. So I expect him to have another big year in that Chiefs team. They're going to contend again. So I agree with you, Jordan.
All right, I'm going different than you. I do want to say that Patrick Mahomes is definitely a guy that could win an award, but offensive player of the year and MVP aren't always the same. So I see the guy that I'm about to say. We're going to see rushing yards lined up. We're going to see a lot of good stats, a lot of offense going on in this team. That is,
what?
Yeah, just wait. A lot of offense on this team. And to me, the guy I look at, and maybe as an underrated offensive player of the year, guy is Kyler Murray, Ryan.
Oh, no.
Headed into the year two, Kyler Murray did great things in year number one. Won Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm not saying he's winning MVP, but I'm saying the stats that Cliff Kingsbury is going to help him get, and I think the better offensive line,
I was thinking that too.
the addition of Larry Fitzgerald now, or not Larry, they have Larry Fitzgerald, the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, who's actually on right screen.
I can't find it. I can't find it, and this is so good too. Like, and we got Carlos.
You want to show him? Maybe you can see it. Nice picture.
Oh, will they be able to see it? I don't know. I don't know if you can see it, but there's Texans players on my screen, and there's Carlos Hyde and DeAndre Hopkins. They're both gone now.
You actually see it pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do. If you have any new Texans background ideas, just DM them to our channel's Instagram or something, because I need a new background for my iPad.
So yeah, to me, Kyler Murray, maybe the stats make him look better than the season that he actually had, but I am confident that with the weapons he has now, that this is definitely a possibility, and that's what I'm saying for Offensive Player of the Year.
All right. Now we're going to MVP.
Here we go.
And I still don't know mine yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Tyler, do you have yours over there?
Yeah, I do.
I think I'm going to get a lot of hate from mine. But
You do know what you said.
Okay.
Well, I do know.
So, I didn't choose Patrick Mahomes for the Offensive Player of the Year, but I think the impact that he has on his team and the people around him as well gets him the MVP. I think the difference between why Kyler won one award and Mahomes won the other one is going to be the rushing yards. But to me, it's a boring pick. Patrick Mahomes, though, has been lighting up the league for every single year that he's been able to be a part of it. I see this as no exception. So Patrick Mahomes wins MVP for the second time in his career.
All right, Ryan, we'll go the opposite way that we usually do because I still don't know mine, so go ahead.
All right. So this is an interesting
I think
pick.
I know what you're going to say.
Well, do you?
I don't know.
I don't know. You might or you might not.
Here, hold on. I'll write it down and then I'll show it to
Okay.
you.
I want to see because I mean, hey, we've been doing this for years. So maybe we start to get to know each other's picking styles. So we'll see.
And I'll take a quick break for a
Go
second.
ahead.
We have a question. We'll answer that in a second. But Joe Wood said, where are the TDT t-shirts? So I saw mine this morning. I actually should have thrown it out. I just
Yeah,
grabbed
me
this
too.
shirt instead.
Yeah.
I might run up
It's
and
not
get it
even
in
a
a
football
second.
shirt.
I know it's
Come
not even a football. You're
I got
actually
you.
See,
wearing-
kind of.
oh
We
my
have like
gosh.
we have like the same type of
Yeah.
shirts.
Oh my god.
So you probably should get the
There are
touchdown
the
Yeah,
jersey.
do you have that shirt?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I didn't even realize that.
Oh,
But
that's good.
I'll probably go and throw it on in a second.
Right.
'Cause that should be fun.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm
Will Wood.
gonna show you after you say it.
Well, what if it's wrong?
Hold on, I have one more thing to say
I'm-
before you. Will Wood said Todd Gurley on the Falcons MVP. That's a dark horse one.
Ooh.
He's had the injuries throughout his career,
Yeah.
especially recently, but he was such a great player. Before he can get it going, that would be interesting. Last year, the Falcons were beefing up their offensive line, despite there being controversy over whether they picked the right players.
Oh, I remember that.
But that is definitely a possibility, a good pick. And Luca, we'll get to your question after we finish the MVPs.
Ryan, go. I'm gonna show it to you afterwards.
All right. I don't know. I mean,
Because I don't want to say it before.
okay. I don't know if he's thinking of the one that I am about to say, but I'm going with one that is very close to home for me. I'm going with Deshaun Watson to win MVP. And I think a main reason for this is because you have to emphasize the value part. It's not just the best, it's the most valuable player. And I think that what's going to happen is that he's going to, be under the spotlight, coming into the year. They open up in prime time, but people are going to be wondering how well will he be able to perform without DeAndre Hopkins. And people were criticizing him of trying too hard to get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins during last year. I see that, but that doesn't mean you trade him away for a bag of chips. But still, I think that Deshaun Watson is a guy who I just think he can make plays. He can keep your team in a game. The play's never over with him. And I think that because DeAndre Hopkins is gone, I think he's going to have a great statistical year. I think he's going to use his receivers well because, say what you want about the Hopkins trade, but they did bring in Brandon Cooks and Randall Cobb. Believe me, it does not do any justice to that sorry excuse for the trade that Bill O'Brien pulled off. But I think that Deshaun Watson, he's going to prove that he can win without DeAndre Hopkins. As fun as it'd still be to have him in Houston. Call me biased, but I really think that he is going to have a breakout season if he hasn't already. And, they got some tough games, the Texans. They open up with Kansas City and Baltimore, so two fun quarterback matchups right away for them. So call me a little biased, but I really think I'm trying not to be biased. I think I was a little biased in the beginning of this channel, but I didn't pick my team 16 games in a row like this guy. But honest to goodness, I think Deshaun Watson wins MVP and has a big year when people are expecting him to decline because of the loss of D-Hop.
It does seem a bit biased because you're wearing the Texans shirt right now, but it actually does make sense. Your explanation for it did make sense. My dad is here throwing us shirts, so I'll put these on in a second. I won't take my shirt off on the camera.
Here you go, Joe.
I'm sure we just put them on over. That's true. Good idea. I'll put it on, then I will say my MVP pick.
What did you think?
So for mine, maybe if I had more time.
Let's finish this up.
If I had more
Ryan, before you say yours, Ryan, I thought you might go to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
But that's not what I put down. I thought you were going to go even more bold. Look what I
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I thought about
He
it.
does like him.
I thought
It was
about
Josh
that.
Allen.
I
by the
wrote
way.
down Josh Allen, and he's a huge Bills supporter this year. I
Yeah.
thought that's
Both.
where he was going to go.
I'm a huge Josh
I
Allen
thought
Yeah.
either it was Allen or Watson,
Yeah.
and I lucked out because he went with Watson and not Allen.
guy.
Okay, now Jordan.
So like I was saying before, maybe if I had more time to think, it wouldn't be this guy. But it is a quarterback because I think the MVP is becoming more of a quarterback award.
Yeah.
And it's between two guys, someone that there's controversy going around right now. Drew Brees, the guy that I love so much. We're not going to talk about that on this channel. But the other guy who's been in the MVP discussions for a long time, he's been there, then he's kind of disappeared from it. You think you know? I'm saying Russell Wilson is going to win the MVP this year. I think it is his year to do so. DK Metcalf had a great rookie season last year. I think he's going to do much better this year. I think that Tyler Lockett is also a great receiver. They'll help him out for sure. Chris Carson, those running backs can get it going, hopefully, in Seattle. I think Russell Wilson is such a great player and a great athlete. He can run, make so many great throws. You see, for next gen stats, that's what it is.
Yep.
It like shows the percent stuff on some commercials and stuff. Like half of those are Russell Wilson throws. It's insane. Remember the Tyler Lockett throw last year? I just thought he was throwing that away, but then it ended up in his hands. That was such a crazy
he thought
play.
he was throwing it away
I think he did too. Russell Wilson's such a great athlete, has such a great arm. He's been to some Super Bowls. I think it's his time to finally win that MVP award. And then we have a few more things to say. So Joe Wood said Detroit Lions win the NFC.
Whoa! Wow.
Yep. So that's an interesting
Win
one.
4 games first. Come on.
Yeah. So that is actually a video that we kind of are talking about a bit coming up soon. We talked about the Lions. We did a deep dive into them. I was more high on them than a lot of people are. I think they're going to have a decent team next year. I wouldn't go that far to say they're going to win the division with the Bears in it, but it's a bold prediction. I always am a fan of a bold prediction. So, hey, I like it. And then Will Wood said, Russell Wilson, MVP, yes. So thank you for agreeing with me. I like that pick, and it looks like you do too.
Yeah. And did we have a question that we said we were going to?
Yes, I'm going to that right now.
Okay.
So this is from Luca Lagamari. He said, Bob from Willow Springs wants to know what's the biggest story you covered this year other than Tom Brady. So I was thinking about this one.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the same thing as Tom Brady. It's kind of different, though. I think the biggest story that we covered, and when more people started watching our channel, was during free agency. I think that was the most fun.
Yeah.
We were seeing so many people go to many different teams, so many big shifts in the NFL. I think that was the most fun for us as Ryan's looking at that on his iPad right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the biggest story we covered because it was such relevant news in times where there wasn't much news besides the draft coming up soon and then the combine as well. So it was at an awkward moment in between that.
Mm-hmm.
So free agency, I think that was the most fun time. So we just come down here, talk about some stuff, say our opinions on it. That's my favorite time of the year. And there's a commercial. I'm talking about commercials today. There's a commercial for the NFL. Yeah. It's like that's what makes the NFL so special is that it goes all around, even through the off season. And free agency frenzy is what they call it. I love free agency frenzy. I think that's the biggest story that we've covered on this channel.
Yeah, and just to add, we do have a lot of shorter videos that we did. Like we did a video on the Foles to the Bears trade, Rivers going to the Colts, Bridgewater to the Panthers, and they're still up there. So you want to go check out, see what we thought about those signings or transactions. They're still on the channel, so just scroll on a little bit and you'll find them.
Yeah, and a little more background behind that. We know, we realized we only make 3 videos a week. Mm-hmm. There were so many free agency things going on. Yeah. I was like, I talked to them. I'm like, we need to just make a bunch of videos and talk about this news right away. Because if we're talking about it 2 weeks after it happened, no one's gonna care to watch it. We're not gonna have fun making the video either. So we just came down here, and every time something happened, I would say, okay, guys, we gotta make a video about it. We did so. We did enjoy that. It was fun to break the news right as it happened.
I remember during free agency frenzy, I was still doing some schoolwork, so I'd be sitting there on my computer on my couch doing some work. I'd have NFL Network on, just watching stuff. Then a signing would pop up. I'd be like, oh, well, close this for a second. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. And that was just a really fun time and exciting time for me. Ryan, what's your answer to that question?
For what, about free agency?
Or about the
just in general. Do you have any
biggest story that you covered?
I think you nailed it with free agency. I slept through half of free agency frenzy, but still, it's fun to see all the headlines and transactions. It's like, yes, there's an off. Oh, I think I know what it is. But yes, there's the off season, but there's still the combine and the draft and free agency, and there's still time for you as football fans to go do other stuff. Like I've been watching film already, and it's early June, so. You can still keep yourself busy in the off season. So it really never is a true off season. I mean, I know that's what it's called, but there's still stuff going on and things you could be doing.
I'm still watching games. I like to not just look at stats and see players in the NFL do things. But I do have a story while we're talking about free agency. Don't worry, we'll get to more questions that we have in a second. But this is kind of a fun story.
Yeah.
It could have been so much better if we had timed it
so close.
Yeah, Ryan knows what I'm going to say.
I don't know.
But me, Ryan, and Jordan had a sleepover here. It was just as a touchdown table sleepover, I believe, just 3 of us. And Ryan's a very heavy sleeper, right?
Yes.
No, we'll go there later. But Ryan's a very heavy sleeper, so he was sleeping, I don't know, it was until 12, and then I was like, all right, I got to go wake him up and get him out of here. And then I was like, Ryan, did you hear about all the things that have been going on with the free agency frenzy? He's like, no, I just woke up. Yeah. And then I think I mentioned that the Texans had got David Johnson that they traded for him, and it just happened. We did not know about the DeAndre Hopkins part of this trade yet.
Yeah.
And then he was like, whoa, I wonder what the other side of the trade was. And literally, as he walked out of the door,
I thought it was going to be a 5th round pick or something.
I looked at my phone and I saw DeAndre Hopkins was traded, and we were like, "Wow!" I'm like, that would have been so funny.
Yeah, I would not have believed you. Yeah,
but that didn't happen. So let's do the other questions.
Well, speaking of that trade, we talked about David Johnson. We have a that trade,
Yeah.
that giveaway, basically.
Yeah.
We have a question about David Johnson.
Sure.
And Ryan, I'll let you answer this one
Okay.
first because it's near and dear to your
Yeah.
heart. The question is, what do you guys think of David Johnson? Ryan,
Yeah.
go ahead, take it away.
Well, I think that he has the potential to be solid, but I don't think he is worth giving up a top tier receiver for. Okay. And look, the fact of the matter is that he has a huge contract and he hasn't really been an elite running back for what, 4 years ago? What was that good year? 2016
Yeah,
when he was young. And running backs, a lot of them have longevity concerns. A lot of them, they say, oh, running backs, they can only carry the load for a few years, then they start slowing down, which is not entirely true. Tell that to Frank Gore. But really, you look at David Johnson, you say,
well, he slowed down. But
well, he did, but
he's still
he's still solid. Yeah. You look at David Johnson, like, okay, maybe 4 years ago, this trade maybe would have made sense, but with the huge salary that he has, not only are you taking that on, Not only are you taking that on, but you're also getting a player that, yeah, he was good 4 years ago, but he hasn't been the same or even close to the same since. Last year he wasn't even the Cardinals' #1 running back for a lot of time. It was mostly Kenyon Drake once they got him. He kind of stole the show in Arizona once he came there. So I was really disappointed by the trade. If you said, hey, we'll give you a 5th round pick for David Johnson, sure, why not? Low risk trade, just say, hey, maybe this guy will just come back to 2016 form, and if he doesn't, oh well, you only gave up a 5th round pick. But when you give up this much, it's unacceptable. And I know I'm getting more into the trade when the questions about David Johnson, so I'll just say this. I think he'll be solid, but he will be nowhere. I'm eager to see how the Texans use him and who will be the first down carries.
An interesting story with David Johnson. I like to talk about fantasy on this channel. I'm going to go back to that a bit for now. So I think it might have been 2016 where he had his great season. I think I had him on my fantasy team. I actually think I might have won for the first time that year with David Johnson. He did pretty good again. So I went out there and I think it was my first pick, I picked David Johnson, and in week 2, he got injured against the Lions, and he did not play again.
It hasn't been the same since, really.
Yeah, it really hasn't been the same since.
Let's trade for him.
Yeah, and my fantasy first-round picks are usually not that good. Although this year,
Eddie Lacy.
A bit different. Eddie Lacy, yeah. Eddie Lacy was one of my first-round picks when we first started, when I didn't do much research on it. So you're getting to know us a bit more. But anyways,
I drafted Jay Cutler in the first round my first year.
That's true.
So
yeah, he was a big.
That was a long time ago. We've progressed from.
We've all come a long way in our football knowledge.
Yeah. But with David Johnson, I think the problem with him is he just can't seem to stay healthy.
Yep.
I think he's a good back if he's healthy. But he hasn't had that great production recently. The Texans' offensive line is getting better, so that might help him out a bit. But he just needs to stay healthy. I'd love to see him stay healthy and see what he can do again, because he was such a great back when he was in his prime. I hope he's able to do good for your sake and just for my viewing sake, except for when they play the Bears. I hope that he sucks that game.
Yeah,
I hope that the whole team sucks that game. But anyways.
Not till week 14. We got
yeah. So I hope the best for David Johnson. I have an interesting backstory with him in fantasy, but I think he'll do all right if he's able to stay healthy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys covered that. Let's move on to the next question, though. Oh, we have 2 more questions too. So
I'll ask them or I'll read them. Yeah. First one is from Joe Wood. What is the biggest factor for the Bears on offense this year? Now, the obvious answer for this one would be the quarterback position with Nick Foles and Mitchell Trubisky, just because it's such the headline thing that everyone knows, the battle between them. A lot of people are saying Nick Foles. I disagree. I think it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky. I hope for the sake of Brian Pace and for the Bears, it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky, even though I think Nick Foles is a decent player. But I'm going to go something different from the quarterback position. I'm going to go to the offensive line, and I think Tyler could agree with me on this one. As Bears fans, we watch it so much, and the offensive line was just awful last year. It really screwed the team over, in my opinion. David Montgomery, our rookie running back last year, I think he's a great back, but he never had anywhere to run, and when he had space, he did good. He found space sometimes, even when there was nothing. He made something out of nothing. So many times, the line could just not seem to open up any running game holes for David Montgomery to go. And when that happens, Tyler, you talked about this in a Nick Foles, Mitchell Trubisky video. When you can't get the running game going, it's easy just to attack the quarterback, force the guy to throw under pressure every single time. It's just easy. So that offensive line really needs to get better for David Montgomery's sake, the running game's sake, even for Trubisky's sake, because Sometimes he can struggle, but when he's got room, he can do good. Although I like him better when he's moving. Anyways, I think most people who watch the Bears would say he's better on the run. So maybe just I don't know, just stop blocking and make him run. I don't know, just try something.
That's interesting.
And to pivot off what you're saying, yes, that is a very important problem, but that's not where I was going to go. That definitely is on top of the board for me. But the reason why Trubisky looked bad is not just the offensive line. It was a big part of it, but it was the coordination between Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky. And a lot of people outside of Chicago don't really understand that this was a real thing. In Trubisky's first game, not his first game, but his first game with Matt Nagy, I think on the screen it was that Packers game, week 1, and it said like Matt Nagy said he cannot run his full offense with his quarterback.
Yeah.
That is just not something you want to see. I think Nagy needs to adapt to his quarterback. That's what you have to do in the NFL to be a successful team. The quarterback is where everything starts off. You have to do what is most comfortable for them. Nagy didn't do that. I still love Matt Nagy as a coach and as a human being. I have seen him a couple of times in person, never actually talked to him. Maybe one day that changes.
Got close to him.
Yeah, he was close to us at
There was
one
one time
point.
when we were all there. And he was
Yeah, I thought you came with us.
Yeah, you were there. We went to the Bears training camp, and we did see him there. Ryan was with us too. He had to bring him the tag along. But I think that's just where it needs to be changed, and I think that helps with Trubisky's production. That causes less drops at the wide receiver position and less pressure on the offensive line to have to make sure that Trubisky is able to be as safe.
And so you were talking about the coordination between the two. That's very true. Just wanted to give an example. I've gave this example a few times on this channel already. But you look at the Ravens last year, Greg Roman going in there and really reorganizing the offense to be in favor of how Lamar Jackson plays football, that run game style that they really used there in Baltimore. It changed the whole thing there in Baltimore. That is why I think Lamar Jackson was able to have such a great season, why he won MVP. So if you have that connection and that, you know, you're in sync, you have that chemistry to build the team around the quarterback, I think you could be really good. And then, and this is kind of something random, but it was something that I was thinking. We're talking about the Bears, and you know that me and Tyler love to talk about the Bears because we are such big Bears fans. I just wanted to say this. Allen Robinson. This is a guy that I really like, and it's random. I just threw out a random name out of the air. Allen Robinson, I think he's going to be a great wide receiver. I think he already is a great wide receiver. Tyler talked about a lot of drops happening on the Bears. It really was not Allen Robinson that much. He is such a great wide receiver. He's had to play with some iffy quarterbacks.
Bortles and Trubisky, exactly.
Bortles and Trubisky throughout his career. He hasn't had a great quarterback throwing to him yet. But I think he is such a great football player, such a great wide receiver. He runs great routes. He has great hands. He's so athletic. I love Allen Robinson. I think he could be a top 10, maybe creep towards the top 5 wide receiver.
I'd say top 10. I'd be with you.
I think he's at top 15 right now. He's maybe at that 14,
right now, I'd say
range.
top 15 right now. Yeah,
we'll see whoever's the quarterback. We got more questions.
Once again, if there's more coordination and better offensive line and all that, he could be in that top 10. That would really help him. So, Jordan?
And then we had another question from Kristen Stojets. She said, congrats on this 1-year anniversary. Thank you so much. And thank you for the support that you gave us. It's been very, very fun. Where do you guys get all your awesome swag? So here is the time to shout out my dad, who we were talking about earlier, at Focus Promotions. That's his company that he runs, Focus Motions, FOCIS Promotions. He does a lot of promotional products like the mugs, the tablecloths. Usually he'll just do a lot of
t-shirts,
is his main thing. Sweatshirts too that we have. So if you're looking to get any of that for yourself, go check him out, give him some business. He'd be glad to help you out. So thank you again for all the swag that you've given us, and thank you, Kristen, for the question.
Okay, so we've got through all the questions now. Oh, wait. Oh, we got another comment. Jordan read it off.
Joe Wood said, interesting perspective. Thanks. Good chat, but I got to run. Focus Promotion rocks. That is right, Joe. It does rock. Thank you for joining this chat. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you for asking us some questions, giving us your opinions on stuff. It has been fun.
Okay, so we have gotten to the point where we decided that we wanted to get to, but we do have more things now that we just want to casually talk about this channel. And let's start with the origin story of this channel.
Not exactly you tell it the best.
Yeah, this whole operation was your idea.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you guys. Star Wars make me blush. All right. So not exactly a year ago, but almost a year ago, we had another sleepover. It was right here in his basement.
Yeah.
And Ryan had a channel of his own called Ryan's Football
Yeah.
Talk, where it was just him.
Yeah.
That channel really still is out there. So if you want to go watch his
If you want to see
videos,
videos of 13-year-old me, go for
You should
it.
listen to his voice. It's quite
Yeah.
funny.
I've come a long way.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
sure.
With
But-
that and another thing.
But I was like, as I watched Ryan's videos, I was like, I want to do something
Yeah.
like that too. And I had the idea. It just
You wanted to
came.
be me.
Yeah. No.
All
All right. But so I was like, I think we could all do this. And I had the idea literally in the moment. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to bring this idea up to them. And I was like, guys, do you want to start a YouTube channel with the three of us where we just talk about football? And they were on board, really enjoyable to be able to have that experience as well. We made so many memories from that point.
did.
So
It's been a
at
great
that
ride.
time, we decided all immediately that we wanted to do this. We didn't know how to think about what we were going to do. We had some names thrown out there. Jordan, what were some of the
Oh,
names?
yes.
Well, one that I had that I did not like at all.
Yeah.
I've got roasted for it many times in the past. It's
Even
something we
now.
all look back. Even now, we look back at it and we all laugh.
Yeah.
I thought of the secondary would be
Yeah.
the name of the channel because I thought that we were younger guys, maybe not the people that look as the primary people to learn their information, but we'd be the secondary people who love football just as much, plus the secondary in football as the cornerbacks and safeties, that secondary, that farther back area. So they did not like it, and I am glad to say that our channel is now named the Touchdown Table, as Joe Wood said before, TDT, Touchdown Table. I love to say that. It's so fun. I think it reminds me of if you watch Good Morning Football. Some people call it GMFB. I love that we have something for our channel like TDT. For
Yeah,
that. So
I
I
like
think it's
that.
really cool.
Yeah. We also threw up the touchdown talk, right?
We did throw out the
Yeah.
Touchdown
Yeah.
Talk as
So,
well.
I threw both the touchdown talk
There were a
and
few
the
ones.
touchdown table.
But I
out
don't
there.
remember all of them. Those are
Yeah.
the two that I know we remember.
Yes,
for sure.
those ones that we came up. We were like, okay, we want to start with the touchdown something.
Yeah.
So I came up with talk and table, and I was like, which one should we do? And we wanted it to be, obviously, we wanted it to be more of an alliteration type of thing.
Lit term.
And we thought the
Look at you.
touchdown table had a better ring to it. And then we went, well, if we do the touchdown table, we have to sit here and sit at a table every single time. We're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Hold on, I have to get something off the screen really quickly. But we didn't know if we were going to be able to do that. And then we were like, oh, that's not that bad. We can just come in the basement and do it whenever. Sup, guys? So, yeah, that was – then we decided, okay, let's do the touchdown table. We really like the name. And from that point on, we've been so happy to have it. So that's the origin of our channel.
That was a sleepover long remembered, and it's started some 100 and what do we have? We got a few new subscribers.
We got two more
114?
during this. So
Yeah.
whoever it was, thank you so much, Tom. I'm sure you could check out who it was.
Yeah.
So we're now at 114. We started with 112. Now it's at
Yeah.
114. I said before, thanks to all 112 of you. Now thanks to all 114 of you,
Maybe we'll get some
including
more
us three,
before
because
this
we
is
all are subscribed to our
Yeah.
own channel.
Nothing
we
wrong
have
with
no-
that.
We have no shame
It's-
in that at
The
all.
touchdown table is not subscribed to itself.
No.
Our personal channels are subscribed to the touchdown table. So we're thanking ourselves in that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So those were some of the stories that we did have.
Yeah, and we can talk about some other behind-the-scenes stuff too
Yes.
if you want. But before we get to that, I'd just like to say for anyone who's still watching this, if you have any more questions, we would be very glad to answer them for you. They're very fun for us to answer, and we love to interact with you guys. So if you have any more, please feel free to ask them. But I just want to talk about the basic routine of how we do all the videos. I think we've talked about it before, but I'll just run through it with you guys. So as you saw, if you were here at the beginning of the live stream, I don't think many people were besides us, but we had to move the lights. They're usually farther back because the camera is actually usually farther back. So you can see the touchdown table logo
This very phone
right here.
Yes.
That's the one that usually records our videos. So the lights are back there. You can't see them right now. And then we have a tripod that the camera goes up on. So before each video on our computers, we have, we got the mics now. So we set it all up with the audio with that. Hold on, guys. I don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Just charging.
Oh, yeah, his computer came uncharged. So we set up all the audio with it, and then with each video, there are red buttons that we press. I gotta mention the red buttons. There's red buttons that we press that start the red button. No, why don't you say it, Tyler?
Red button pushers in 3, one, and then they push the red buttons every single video that
Push
we
the red
have the
buttons.
audio.
Video, and then we have to stay quiet for 15 seconds.
That's
And a lot of the time, that's
impossible.
me and Ryan trying not to laugh. I don't know why it's so funny.
Yeah.
And then at 15 seconds, I usually say,
Yeah.
and then sometimes before videos as well, if Ryan's here, like we experienced yesterday when we were filming some videos. Ryan was here, and we had some distractions before the videos when the audio had already started. We were watching some meme stuff.
Yeah,
Sometimes we'll pull up like pictures on some people's like Ryan's iPad, zoom in on them, trying to get them to laugh during videos.
Sometimes
So we
they
love
like,
our
but we
football,
play
but we also love to have fun and joke around with each other. We are such a dynamic group of people, the
Yes.
Touchdown Table. So I love it very much.
Well said.
Yeah, very well said. We got another question, Jordan.
We do. All right. Kristen Stojets asked a question. She said, Bob from Willow Springs wants to know what city will be the next to get a team via expansion or
Ooh.
move. That's an interesting
That's a
question.
very interesting question.
I don't know.
That is a good
gotta
question.
think
I have
about
to
that.
think about that for a second. Tyler, do you
Well,
have an
I
answer?
think obviously the reason why he's bringing this up is because we're seeing Vegas has now gotten a new team. But what would the next city be? I actually did think about this at one
I'm gonna
point.
pull up a map.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I gotta pull up a map too
Yeah.
as well. This is a very good question.
Yeah.
though.
It is. It's
It's
very
just been taking some time.
thought-inducing question.
I have. Oh, I have.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that
Yeah.
one. I think that they should never left
Oh,
that
yeah.
place.
Yes.
You could say it. You found it. So.
Want me to say
I'll think
Yeah.
of more as well. But
Well,
that is
a
a
city
good
that I
mention.
think is definitely in contention to get an NFL team is St. Louis, because I think they were still a little salty for losing the Rams to Los Angeles, which I don't know, was that 6 years ago now almost? I mean, right when I started watching football, they were still the St. Louis Rams. So I don't know, but it's been a while since they've had an NFL team. But I think that you could definitely make an argument that St. Louis deserves another shot at having an NFL team. You know, it's not a huge market. I don't know what the population is. I think it's only like 300, 400,000 people or something. So it's not like a Chicago or Los
It's a
Angeles.
decent sized city.
Well, yeah,
though.
but like, you look at it in
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
It's not like a
It's a
huge
cool
market.
city, though. I've drove past it a few times. I've never actually been
Yeah.
in it, but the arc is really cool.
Uh-huh.
It's
The
a
Gateway to the
cool
West.
looking
It's a
city.
cool
That's a
city in
yeah.
Missouri. So
Yeah.
we will definitely
And it's a state that doesn't
possibility.
have a football team.
The
right now.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs are, yeah, they're Kansas. Yeah, they are. You're right. It's like on the opposite side, basically.
Yes.
Near Kansas.
Yeah.
I-
So
But interesting fact, if you don't know this or not, but I've actually looked this up. I actually talked about it with some people who were in the chat before. But Kansas City is in Missouri. A lot of people think it is
Well,
in
there's two of
Kansas.
them.
There is two of them, so it is the same thing. So I think there is a river that
Let me
divides it at the border.
Our president doesn't quite understand.
No, our president doesn't quite understand it. I don't see there's
Very
the river, I think,
Yeah.
right there. So I remember we went there for a wedding, so we had to actually cross over the river to get
Okay.
into Kansas.
yeah.
So we were staying in Kansas City, Missouri. Then we crossed over the river to get into Kansas City, Kansas. The Chiefs are actually on the Missouri side,
That's
so I
correct.
messed that up earlier, even though I should have because I know all of this because I've had a few discussions with people about it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting fact that our President Donald Trump did not know in a tweet that he had. So just wanted to point that out to you guys. But
Yeah.
Ron, that is a good answer and something that I would agree with. Tyler, do you have another answer for that?
I did think of some other things. I going to college football, you think of the Oklahoma Sooners and their fan base. I think maybe you could just make Oklahoma team or maybe put something in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to throw out there was this is the National Football League, so it's not just America. We have a football league in Canada. Maybe give one of those teams an NFL team.
Toronto or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toronto's a big
I
city.
mean, hockey does it. So, but hockey
Yeah.
is also a very huge thing in Canada. So that'd be interesting though,
Yeah.
to see some international
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah,
in
because you
football.
already have the
It's not too
CFL.
far
And
away.
baseball does it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota is
And
right up there,
basketball.
but-
Yeah, come on, NFL, join the party.
Right.
I mean, Toronto, they got an NBA team, they got an NHL team, they got an MLB team. So
Yeah.
maybe
knows?
someone will move there. You know?
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Okay. Before I do give a shout out to something else, we did get another comment. It's from Alexander Yang, I believe that's how you say it. He said Cardinals 16-0. I believe he commented
I don't
on
know.
our video.
I don't know
I
about
can't
that.
remember which video it was. I can look back, but I do
All right,
remember
we might get some big
responding to
comments
him.
soon.
Thank you for joining the live stream. We really do appreciate that.
Yep.
But we don't think the Cardinals are going 16-0.
I'll get
Although
maybe 8-8.
If
Maybe
you
8.
were
Hold on.
here earlier, before we talk about it, I want to say something.
Yeah.
If you're still here watching this, Alexander, type in the comments why you think the Cardinals are going to go 16-0, because we'd love to analyze what you say about it, because we really,
Yes.
I mean, there is a lot of hype around the Cardinals for good reason, because of Kyler Murray, because of DeAndre Hopkins, because of Larry Fitzgerald, because of Christian Kirk, because their defense is getting better. They got some good people on that defense. Isaiah Simmons they drafted for their first pick. So it is a really improving team. So if you're still here watching this, type in the comments why you think they're going to go 16-0. I think that's a very, very big prediction. You can tell that you love the Cardinals because your profile pic on YouTube is the Cardinals. So
Respect the passion.
if you're still here, go ahead and type that out for us. But you guys can analyze that 16-0 prediction.
Maybe 8
Yeah,
and 8.
I do want to say, Alexander, that if you weren't here earlier, we did our predictions for the awards in the next year. I picked Kyler Murray for Offensive Player of the Year. So there you go. That could be something you say if you're still here and you want to respond to that. Also, one more thing we did want to talk about as well, as Jordan's just going to get the memo that I just gave him there. Something important that we want to talk about is our inspirations for this channel. Something very similar to what we do. Here we hope to be something like what Good Morning Football does every day early on in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know early on in the morning. Man. Come on.
I mean, I can't wake up that
It's like
early.
right when Ryan actually goes to bed.
For real though, I mean, come on.
I watch a bunch of football.
Those birds
shows,
don't let
but
me sleep, you know.
Good Morning Football is way too early for me to wake
Yeah.
up. If I happen to be up early, I'm going
They
to watch
rerun it though a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, you watch it later. So we just like to give a quick shout out to the breakfast table at Good Morning Football. I was actually talking about them earlier, GMFB.
Mhm.
I was talking about Free Agency Frenzy. How I sat there and watched it while I was doing all my homework. Well, there was a lot of times when I was doing my homework, I always had that TAB on. I was always watching Good Morning Football. It was so interesting to watch. So you four guys there, Kyle, Nate, Kay, and Peter, thank you so much. I almost
No, you
missed
forgot
Peter.
about Peter.
Sorry, Peter. We love you here at the Touchdown
Peter's my
Table.
favorite one.
So thank you so much. We also send you guys some T-shirts, some mugs, and a letter. So if you guys get that, thank you so much. We would appreciate it if you took the time to read the letter. We'd take our gift because we are huge fans of you guys, and we would love it if you could help us out as well if you're watching this. So yeah, I just want to take that time to shout you guys out, the breakfast table at Good Morning Football. Thank you guys so much for what you do. We watch you guys a lot, and we love you guys.
Yes, that is one that we talked about. There's a bunch of football shows that I love to watch. I literally wake up at 9 o'clock every day, turn on the Pat McAfee show.
Way
That
too
is really fun. It's not that early.
Yes, it is.
It's just whenever I wake up, it's not really timed. But the Pat McAfee show comes on, and then once that's over, it's the Rich Eisen show. And then Pat McAfee has a second show with AJ Hawk. It's called McAfee and Hawk Sports Talk. Love that show as well. I keep telling Jordan to watch it. He's just not going to.
Why?
And then there's Pro Football Talk as well. I watch all their clips on YouTube that they have. I love watching Chris Sims on Button Podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm very heavily into the football media world. Of course, NFL Network is always on. You get to see the guys talking about it, even if it's not Good Morning Football, something after that. So it seems like always up to 2 o'clock in my day usually there's football showing on. So I did want to mention all those and say thank you guys for being an inspiration. And I did actually call in at the Rich Eisen show not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. I called in and I asked him about Des Bryant. I was pretty nervous to talk to Rich.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd be so scared to do that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool though.
It was really fun to do. I had to wait for about 45 minutes, just waiting for him to take the call. It wasn't that bad. You could still listen to the show on the phone while waiting. But then he did answer it, and it was really fun for me to actually be able to talk to him and just hearing his voice.
And he was really nice.
He
to you,
was,
too.
yeah, you showed
And
it.
Hearing
he was
his voice
supportive
and me
of
being
us,
able
because he
to
talks about
respond
it.
to him.
Yeah.
It was just really, really fun for me to do. And I told him that you've been a huge inspiration to me. And his response was a 50-year-old
that was
man in like a sweater or something is an inspiration. I was like, yes, ironically, that's the truth.
Well, you got to remember they are all pretty normal people, even
Yes.
though we don't think of them as normal people because we see them so much on all these media platforms, and there are famous people, but they are pretty normal. And I am a person who would definitely get scared in that situation. It was a cool thing that he did, and so
I had to muster up the courage. I called
Yeah.
in one other time, but I didn't get on. And then
Yeah.
I called in again, and I was like, okay, I'm about to do
That
this.
would be cool to do, but I'm like never up when those shows are. So.
Yeah, that's true. You could be up for the Rich Eisen show. It doesn't end until 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I
That's not right
I
when he
might
wakes up.
catch the end of it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I told you guys he was a heavy sleeper.
Depends.
And we had another comment, so I just want to say that real quick. Grace Climb said, "Congrats on 1 year. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Appreciate
support. It has been so fun, and I do agree that we are a pretty awesome group of 3 people.
Yes.
I think so. I can definitely say it. I mean, we've made it 1 year. We got plenty more to go, and more awesomeness is gonna continue to show.
Yeah.
As we continue to make this channel. At this time, I would like to say continue to comment if you would like to. Also, this is a time if you want us to make a certain video
Yeah.
about your team or any suggestions for us to do, because we do need
We'll do it.
suggestions. Sometimes we're sitting here in the basement when Ryan's on the TV. We're trying to figure out what video we're doing for like 10 minutes, and then
And then I'm pulling up memes and
Yeah.
he's laughing.
And I'm trying to think of a video, and I'm trying to
thing.
click the pause button
No.
and saying, "Hey guys, we're already recording. We gotta start." So it's not a professionally run organization here, as you can see with the lights in the beginning, but we get things done.
Yes.
We got our 2 mics that currently aren't
We've
on.
grown since the beginning. We didn't really talk about that.
Yeah. Watch our first video.
our
and then watch
first
this
video,
shit.
it was the same background. Obviously, the TV wasn't covered by this. The glare.
Yeah.
You probably actually can't even tell that much, but there's a blanket covering the TV because of the glare on it. But so it was just the TV, and we actually have
We
a
didn't want
different
that.
table now. I never announced. I don't. Did you know we have a different table?
Oh yeah, he told
It's
us.
a longer.
Yeah.
It's a longer table. So the one we had before, we were all kind of scrunched together.
Yeah.
So we got a longer table. Also, thanks to my dad for getting that longer table for us. We do appreciate that. We were all
You
scrunched
can't see
together.
the tablecloth as
started
well.
off-
This was not always
yeah.
here.
It started off with a smaller
Hold on,
table.
I
There was
gotta-
no
I gotta show it
tablecloth.
just in case.
It was just a white table with us sitting here with our. You had this. We had our computers.
The touchdown table.
There we go.
So we had then our computers. You had your iPad. Then we
Yeah.
did have mugs. They weren't these mugs, though. I'm pretty sure they were just basic
Random
brown
ones. Yeah.
brown mugs. So it was no mics or anything. White table, computers, mugs. That was it. It's transformed a bunch. It went next to a tablecloth that was like a football field. That was like a party tablecloth, and now we got the professional tablecloth. Now we got the professional mugs.
Yeah.
Now we got mics so you could hear us better. We got lights back there so you could actually see us. We've grown a lot. We got this back here too. The banner. We love the banner. We've grown a lot. We've had a lot of help as we talked about earlier. So this has been fun to watch this
Okay.
set.
I can show a bit of the transformation. I have pictures at certain points of it. So we started off. I'm gonna go close to the camera. I don't know how it's gonna look. This is a split
We'll check
screen
it out.
of where we are now, but it looked kind of like that, just kind of bland and boring, you know. And then I'll show you what it is now in a second. Obviously, you can see that. And then as it progresses on, I have this picture. We had a stage where it was like this. There, so we're obviously not sitting there, but there's a picture. And we just have the paper in
You
front
can
of it.
see our
It's like a
legs and
touchdown
stuff.
table.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have okay legs, but you don't need.
Yeah.
And then I think I have a picture of us at the table with our mugs. This was when we got our mugs. There's that picture.
Oh yeah.
And then this is us now. So, yes, that the bottom one is us now. The top one is us at the beginning. So the transformation definitely is there in year 1. So we're very proud of what we have done, to say the least.
Absolutely.
Also, this is not even updated because we got a bigger table now. So
Yeah. It's been a journey watching this set transform, but it's also been a journey for us. And I'll just talk about, I guess, what we want to do, our ambitions for the future, I guess we can talk about. Because one of the reasons we did the channel is A, because we love the game of football, but B, because we also need to get practice for the future across the whole table. All 3 of us want to get involved later in life in the media world of football, whether that's announcing, whether that's a radio show, some that Tyler was talking about earlier, whether that's being on a show like Good Morning Football, being someone like Ian Rappaport. Who knows what the future could hold for us, but our ambitions for the future is to get into this realm of football so much. And I was actually talking to some announcers at a school game. It wasn't actually our school. It was some state championship games were being played. I went to some for basketball. They had announcers at those games. So me and my dad walked up to the announcers, and they told me some stuff that was really cool to talk to some guys who had made it that far. And they told us told me a lot of advice. But one of the things that I really have stuck with me is to get the practice, to get the practice talking. And I mean, if you watch the channel, you know that I still stumble. I probably stumble
Yeah.
the most out of the three of us, but we all
Okay.
stumble at some points.
Yes.
And it's just a practice that we
Yeah.
get with this channel to talk about football. And as you can tell throughout this live stream, I think I haven't been stumbling as much
Don't
as I
jinx
was
it.
to start. Yeah, I probably did just jinx it right there. But yeah, I've been learning to get better and better
I'm gonna go
along
longer.
with the other two of them. It's really helped us to speak to you guys, to be a part of media, even though it's not as big yet.
Yeah.
We hope for a huge explosion in the future
It
because
will.
if this could be our careers, I love it if we were a
Yes.
huge YouTube channel touchdown table
That's
and
the
a bunch
goal.
of people watch.
That
That was the goal originally starting the channel,
Yeah.
but I've been
I honestly
able to
believe we
practice
can do
right
it,
now.
guys.
Yes,
I do.
we
I do.
can.
I do.
We have the ambition to do it. We have some help for people outside, like I talked about before. We've grown a lot. It could just take one huge video to get us
Yeah,
exploded.
that's what we say. Just
That's
another
what
one of
it
those Dolphins videos. We got 1,000 views.
Yeah.
You know?
It's still crazy to think that we got
Yeah.
1,000.
Just see
views.
that 1K
I mean,
views. It just
yeah.
chills. You know, we've come a long way.
Yeah, and maybe for a lot of YouTubers that's not a lot, but for
Yeah.
us that's special.
We appreciate every single
And
one.
also 114 subscribers. That's not a huge number, I know, but it's very special to us as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are glad to get over that 100 subscriber mark, and
Yeah.
I know Jordan, you're seeing the comment right there,
Yeah.
so please read it.
Brian Klein said you need to do a show on Walter Payton, the best back in the NFL history.
Ooh.
So as you look behind us, you see
Yeah,
a lot
can
of
you see
Bears
it? They can
stuff.
see
But
it. Yeah.
can you see it right
Oh,
now?
they
You
can
can
see some
see
of
it.
it.
You can see I think you can see the Walter. You can see the 34, but it says Walter Payton Drive, actually, 'cause it's like a street sign. Then we have this picture of Walter Payton. Picture up there. There's another picture over here. You can't see another picture over here. You can't see. So we in Chicago, we do love Walter Payton. My dad met him a few times when he was younger, so that was very cool for him. He was such a great running back with the great Bears team at the time. Unfortunately, he did pass away, and now there's an award named after him, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which is the highest honor in the NFL. So there is a lot of background around Walter Payton. Not only is he very much possibly the greatest running back in NFL history, as Brian said, but he is also such a great man. That's why there's an award named after him. He's definitely got some stuff, and we will definitely make a video on him in the future. We just have to do some research on it. I think that'd be a fun video to make.
Yeah, I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, and like we said, we're running low on video ideas because we're not getting as much news, but that is definitely something we will do at some point in the future. So looking on later on in his channel's history, Jordan already talked about the main goal. Please, if you have more suggestions, let us know. Do you guys want to set some goals right now for a year from now, where we want to be?
I guess that'd actually be fun.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Okay.
You do over
Like
under
set
for how many
numbers
subscribers you
for
get.
stuff like subscribers,
Yeah.
highest viewed videos,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay. I guess I'll start. So I'll start with subscribers right now. As of today and as of this live stream, we have 414 subscribers. My hope for next year is to get to. I'm gonna go somewhat realistic. I'm hoping 300.
Okay.
So it'd be a bit more than we got this year. I know a lot of our subscribers this year were some people that I knew more, so maybe
Yeah.
that and Ryan.
But towards
too,
the end
people
of
that
it, we
knew.
haven't. I mean,
Yeah,
everyone that we know
yeah.
basically knows about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
So a
the
lot of
hope
people
is
aren't
now that
subscribing.
everyone that
got
we
new
know,
people.
yeah, the hope is that now everyone that we know has been subscribed already, or at least hope I've told them to.
Yeah.
If they didn't, you should.
I think there's a huge amount. that haven't
There is a
subscribed.
decent
We
amount.
know more than 114 people.
Yeah.
I would say probably 40 of our subscribers are people we
Yeah.
know.
Could be a
The
good
hope for the
estimate.
channel is we love our friends and family subscribing. Thank you guys so much, and your support means so much to us. The people that we don't know, that also means a lot to us too,
Yeah.
because it means that you stumbled upon our channel, you liked our content, and that is the main goal because we want to put out the best content that we can for you guys. We think that the three of us have great football minds, that we know the game of football, that we can share with you guys some great information that will help you improve your knowledge and maybe give you some bold predictions, whatever we do here on this channel. I think it's fun content to watch. I hope it is. So everyone that doesn't know us, like Alexander Yang, who commented before, don't know if he's still here, some other guys in here as well. The people that, people that just comment and we don't know, stuff like that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout him out right now. Marco Guas.
Yes.
He's commented
Yes.
on a few of our videos. I'm sure there were some other guys too.
Yeah.
Has he popped up recently?
Yeah, he did actually.
Yeah.
While you were gone, I did say to Ryan in our recent Dolphins video, he was there and
He's a
he
big
got
Dolphins
us
fan.
Yeah, they're gonna be better this year, so he'll be
Yeah.
happy.
That's true. Siri's been one guy that's popped up in the comments a lot. But we appreciate everyone who goes down there and comments, every person that views these videos, whether we know you or not.
Yeah, so I think the 300 subscriber goal is more of a realistic
I like
one.
that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to say if
Because most of the people would be
if this
people
could
we don't
go
know.
quickly, I would love to get to 500.
I'd love to
That would
explode
be
this
crazy.
channel throughout
You're
the
right.
next
Yeah.
year.
You're right,
I
but
would love to do that.
I see 500 as like a wow goal. Like
Yeah.
probably like that's where we gotta try and get to,
Yeah.
but still somewhat realistic. 300, I think what Jordan said
Yeah.
is where I would go.
That would be awesome.
Hoping for a good solid growth with this channel. In terms of views on a video, I think our most is 1,070.
I
It's like
think it was.
1,061. That sounds right.
I think you're right. I would say maybe 1,500 would be mine.
I think that we can get a more viral video going, especially throughout the season, maybe
Yeah.
as football is
It
more
all depends
relevant.
what topics.
So I'm going to say like 5,000.
Whoa.
That's what I'm going to say.
I like the
I think we
ambition.
can get. I'm getting ambitious with it, but I think we can reach that point. We can get a good video that I don't know.
It
how
only
to-
takes the one video.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how the algorithm works with YouTube, but
Yeah, me neither.
stuff can pop up in suggestion boxes. We have a cool picture, a thumbnail, stuff like that. People click on it and watch our content. If the algorithm gives us something that really works for us, I think we can reach 5,000. I hope we can go beyond for all of these goals. Who knows? Maybe we'll explode in this next year. That would be so awesome for us. I think we'd be humble throughout whatever happens through it. So we're just excited to see what happens in the future. And so yeah.
Yeah, we've
Only
certainly
time will tell.
we've certainly had dry spells in the past.
Oh yeah, we had we had like a month. Where
We had a
Yeah.
month with no subscribers, and then literally right as it hit the month, we got. I think now we're at 7 more in about 2 weeks.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we're having a good
It's
amount
like
of
one every 2
growth right
days. So if we could do that, and if we could do one every 2 days, then we could reach our goal probably of 300.
Yeah. I don't
Just
know.
by
I'm
the
not-
math, that'd be
yeah,
around
I'm not doing the
150.
math, but
It'd be more than 150 because then it would. It'd be
Let's just get subscribers.
Yeah.
it'd be like 132, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're in this chat right now and you enjoy it, whether you know us or not, tell people about us. And we want to spread a community
Or
because
just short.
we believe that we can really make an impact
Mhm.
in people's lives by just talking about football. And we're looking forward to that. So as you can tell, we're getting towards the end of the live stream here. But we do just want to throw out all these thank yous to everyone involved with it and hope for some more things to happen. Do you guys have any notes that you would like to add on?
I don't think so. I think this has been a fun live stream. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. If you've been watching from the beginning, thank you so much. If you tuned out and you're not watching this, well, you're not watching this, but thank you for the support either way.
Maybe you watch it
even
back.
if you can't hear it, I still like to say it out loud because as you can see throughout this video, I've been very supportive and very thankful for all of the people that make this channel what it is, and that is something that can go across the table. We could all say that we're very happy that you guys are here supporting us. So I continue to say it, and I will continue to say it in the future. Thank you guys so much. We are a smaller channel. It's like a smaller business. We just need your support to build us up.
You got to start a business. Is that fair? You know, you
Yeah.
gotta start a channel. Is that fair? Come on.
Okay,
You're the only
Mike.
one that started.
So Mike
We've all
Bloomberg
started.
joke. We also do like to talk about our politics.
Yeah.
The three of
Not
us
on the
do.
channel.
Not on the
Not on the
channel.
channel.
though.
No,
That'd
no.
be fun. Oh, we forgot to do this. We said yesterday that we might rank Star Wars movies. You guys want to do that real quick?
I don't care.
We're
I mean,
good.
Yeah, we were,
nothing like a football channel ranking some movies.
Yeah.
we were talking about Star Wars for all Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
So
I was
if
sure
you,
so.
we just
Sure.
let's do our top 3 Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then that'll be a good way to end it.
Okay, Ryan, do you want to go first?
No, you go first. I gotta think.
I'll go
I got
first.
one
I'll
and
go
2. I'm
first.
thinking about 3.
All right, my favorite is Revenge of the Sith. That's
All
number
right.
1 for me. I would say number 2 is probably Empire Strikes
Mm.
Back. That's a classic, maybe not just for me, because I saw it obviously later, but I think that's a lot of people's favorite one. And then my third favorite is Return of the Jedi. I do like those 3. I think those would be my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got mine now. So I almost agree with you. I've got Revenge of the Sith at 1, then Return of the Jedi, just because I really like that last half hour. I think that ending with the whole fight scene in the Death Star, that's crazy, and the whole redemption, that's cool. I love Luke in that movie. Return of the Jedi is 2, and Empire is 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hear you think.
I know my 1 and 2. I just don't know 3. I'm pretty sure we ranked them before, just between the three of
it's
us.
been a long time though.
It
so
has been a long
it
time.
could change.
I'd have to think of. I mean, I'll say my first two. So I do love Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I think that is a classic movie. There are so many memes about it. I know
Yes.
there's a lot of people that don't like the prequels, and
Yeah.
I was not an original Star Wars fan, but just as a fan going back and watching these movies, okay, maybe I don't like movies like A New Hope because I wasn't there when they were first.
What order did
came
you
out.
watch them in?
I watched them in chronological, so I watched.
I watched it
from-
in the order that came out.
Yeah, I watched from the first one to the.
Well, no, I think which movie
Did you watch
first?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, I watched
6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's
I watched
that's-
4, 5, 6,
okay.
1, 2, 3.
I would recommend that
It's just
way.
better that way. I
Yeah.
think that's probably why I liked it better because
Yeah.
you didn't watch the ones before and then go back and try to analyze it based off of what you already know. You just went in throughout it chronologically, starting with the Phantom
What's
Menace.
your order?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So Revenge of the Sith,
Okay.
and then Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
I like that one too. I
Yeah.
think that it has some good fight scenes in it as well.
Yeah.
And then for my third one on there, I don't. Maybe it's Empire Strikes Back.
Could you just not name a movie? Like, what's going on?
Well, I know all of them. I just
kidding,
don't know which one. Maybe Rise of Skywalker could be in there. I know that we really liked it when it came out, and then through time, it's gotten a bit worse and worse. It's still a
Because
decent
they
movie.
should have had Anakin at the end come back and Force Ghost.
We don't need to
That's a
talk
long
about that.
time.
No, I disagree with that. But I'm just gonna say it because I don't know what else to choose. I really liked all the Star Wars movie, but Empire Strikes Back is just what I'm gonna say.
The three, okay. So we have the same, right?
We would have the same.
Nice.
They're all very similar in that aspect. So what a way to wrap up year number one, talking about some Star Wars movies, right?
Well, we were talking about it yesterday.
Number two, really.
If we needed something to fill in, I just thought we could talk about it because we do
Right.
love that. We have our stuff.
We want to go
talk about
behind the scenes
separately.
and not just talk about football
Yeah.
sometimes. And that's
Get
what
up
this is
close and
for.
personal.
If you guys like this, also let us know if you want us to live stream more. 'Cause this was really fun.
I
for
do
all
it
of us.
again. I enjoyed this.
Yeah. So we did want to do something special here to celebrate our 1 year anniversary through all of Ryan's hate for Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, all of Jordan's stumbles that he might have,
and his hate for the Vikings.
and, his hate for the Vikings.
Oh, that's gonna keep going.
And
Don't worry about
his
that.
absolute bias for the Bears,
Yeah.
picking them to go 16-0.
And my release of hate
And,
for the Panthers too, which many people know.
we talk about offense a lot. And
Offense. Yeah.
So much has happened. Me not being able to win any man-to-man mayhem things going on. It's
Someday.
It's been a nice year. We're very happy that every single one of you watching this and even not watching this, you're not knowing what we're saying, but we still are thanking you. So that's gonna wrap up the live stream, guys.
Do a normal outro.
Yes, that's what I'm going over there to do, so I can time it correctly. I have to find the button to stop
We
this.
gotta do this one good.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go, guys. Thank you for an awesome 1 year of this channel. Like we said, we really hope to make this a even larger thing. This light on my face makes me look like Jesus. Okay, so thank you guys for watching all of our videos, everything we've done over the past year, and with that, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Is it over?
I don't think it is.
End stream.
Hey, it's our first time doing this. Okay.
Oh, Marco Gross is in here.
Is it really? We can't end. We cannot end yet. What did he say?
He said so.
Hey, Marco.
Hey, Marco,
Appreciate your
I don't know
support.
if you're here, but we're actually just talking about you. We
Yeah.
appreciate your support so much. It's so awesome that we could be talking to you in person right now. So thank you so much for your support of the channel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Appreciate you stopping by.
he said love you.
Yeah.
He said love y'all. We love you too, Marco.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
we
you
just like to confirm. Are you a Dolphins fan?
Yeah,
Because
I
it does
think
seem
he
like
is.
you are.
Yeah.
So we just like the confirmation.
Okay, I'm so glad that this
Yeah.
end streaming didn't.
That was a
work
buzzer
because-
beater.
Yeah, that
right there.
was.
Thank
That was
you.
crazy.
I literally clicked the button. I don't know why it didn't end.
It wasn't meant to be. That's what happened.
But it is still going, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
He said, "Yep, he is a Dolphins
All right,
fan."
hey, they have a bright
so
future.
unfortunately,
Marco, if
he
you watched
said-
our videos,
Unfortunately, they'll be better. They'll be better.
they
We
will.
did a deep dive on them
Yeah.
recently, so
Me and Ryan, I know, are both very high on the Dolphins. Tyler too. I am a huge fan of Tua. I know
Yeah.
Ryan liked Herbert over Tua,
Yeah.
but I know he likes Tua too.
Yes.
He'll be a fun one to watch for sure. Jordan Howard, who was also on the Bears, who, if you might know, is our favorite team, mine and Tyler's at least. I think he's to be a good running back
Matt
for you
Breida
guys.
too.
Yeah, Matt Breida too. Your team is really evolving. There's a great revolution going on there in Miami. So that's going to be really cool for you. I hope the best for you,
Yeah.
Marco, and your Dolphins.
And they got a great coach.
Marco
in Brian
also said
Flores.
Patreon ? We do not have a Patreon, but
Get like money. For
yeah,
something.
it's
I don't know how it
a
works.
YouTube thing where
Yeah.
you can donate to the channel to like thank them their support.
Yeah.
We into that, Marco, but
Yeah,
thank you
great
for
idea.
suggesting.
Great
that.
idea.
I don't know if you were here earlier, but we had a portion of this where we literally just talked about you and you being a
Yeah.
part of this.
Yeah, all of our comments.
Yes.
We appreciate every single one of them, but especially people who come up frequently. And,
He said, looking to send you all some love. Thank you so much.
We
You love
appreciate
too.
it.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All right, Marco.
Go
we're-
Fins.
we
This
were-
was a perfect way to end the channel.
Yeah. It's the only way.
We are
Towards
right
the
towards the end of the live stream, Marco, and everyone else watching this. So you can go back and watch it if you please.
Yeah.
But we are thank you again for watching, everyone. We're gonna try this again. So thank you for a wonderful first year.
Yep.
Make sure to let other people know about us. Like, comment, subscribe to our
Fins
videos. Fins up,
Yeah.
as Marco said. And thank you again. With that, hopefully it works this time.
Yeah.
We will see you guys later.
See ya.
For real this time.